But how, a little bit, because you are into cinema field, you represent Indian cinema now.
Yeah.
All over pan-India, it's Telugu, Tamil, Hindi. So we just want to just get into that, how you get your first role in Telugu cinema. You still remember when people ask you, or you still remember somebody asking, ma'am, when you get your first role in Telugu cinema, or a day you got into this?
I do remember. I mean, like, in fact, I had done a couple of shots. Back then, this was in 2000.
You remember the year? I love you for this.
Yeah. It was back in 2009 and 10 when I was in college. I had already started doing films when I was in school itself. But since it was college and you have to have your 75% attendance, and it was all very new to me. I did not want to do any films. So I did a ton of short films.
Okay.
And back then in Chennai, on one particular channel, we had a short film contest that would happen. And a lot of the directors today who are like big names, back then were, trying to like make a mark in the industry, trying to get projects and stuff like that, all the the directors back then. So I worked with a couple of directors, and one of my short films really did well. It's called Kadalil Sodapavadi.
Okay.
And it turned into a movie as well. I didn't act in it. So that short film kind of got viral, and people started watching it, and unknowingly it became my show reel.
Okay.
Because I never had a portfolio or anything back then. And so people watched it, and I had actually gotten a call from Shekhar Kamla's office and another production as well to come to Hyderabad and audition for a couple of films. And I did audition for them. And it's interesting how at that point itself in my so-called career hadn't begun. Although I'd done films in school, it was not a career. It was not a career option even. Like, it was just something that I thought, okay, I had the opportunity to do, so I did. And I loved it. Like, I mean, how many people get the opportunity to actually...
So just come on your way. You were not planned, okay, I want to focus on the acting or something.
Yeah. But once I was done with college, in college I did one Kannada film.
Okay.
Yeah, but once I was done with college is when I got this opportunity to act in Telugu films. And again, for me at that moment, I had just finished college and I decided, okay, since I'm getting this opportunity, I don't like saying no to opportunities,
Right, we should not.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't like saying no, especially when it's interesting. But it was also not scary, but it was a different industry altogether, different atmosphere altogether, and I was not used to it. So I didn't know what I was getting into. But I was like, okay, we'll just take a deep dive in and
let's
figure.
See.
So I took a year off from my academics and everything, thinking, okay, fine, let me give this 1 year. I'll do one film. Let me see let me gauge what the audience think, and what people think, and what the industry thinks, and how I feel as well at the end of the day, mainly. And I enjoyed it. Although it was quite a task completing a film. It was the first time I was properly being involved in a film. And I think there was no looking back ever since.
How your parents reacted? You need to convince them? What the parents have, like, you were good in studies, as you mentioned in your interview just now. So there was a pressure on you, you have to become a professional, or, you need to convince your parents. How your parents supported you for this journey? Because I think that time it was a new career, just taking off career.
Yeah, mainly my mum, more than a parent, if you use the singular. I didn't really need to convince her about anything. She was always very open to me being a part of different extracurricular activities, whether it was dance or art or sport or anything.
Yeah.
If she saw that, okay, maybe there's something that of my interest, or I'm interested in something, and if there was equal opportunity and it was not a hindrance or a burden to her or to me, she openly made me gave me the choice of choosing. Except when I'd finished school and I was also trying to get into colleges for psychology. She said, it'll be nice if you can at least finish your graduation and then do whatever you want to do, if you plan on doing whatever you want to do. Because none of our family members, anyone in our family has at least they've been graduates.
Okay.
And it felt like a decent request. Because I would also have wanted to complete my graduation before I decided that I want to.
Education is important.
Yes,
For
it
your
is
mom, I think,
important.
yeah.
No. It is
Yeah.
important, but also the experience that comes
The
with
project.
one going to college is also very, very, very important. I think school is your foundation, but in college is when your social cues actually
Yes,
come to play.
true.
You know, because you're actually treated as an adult for the first time, even though you're still studying,
Yeah.
only once you go to college.
Yes. True.
So for me, that experience meant a lot, and I'm so glad that I took that path. I would have liked to have done my MSc and all of that, but I tried also. I tried doing in correspondence, but it just didn't work out. I would like to go back, but we'll see.
That's a, that's a different story aspect.
Yes,
So
yes.
Bollywood, now Tamil, Telugu movies, how the things are going on? Like, are you taking a break or just working on according to the scripts and taking your own time?
Yeah, I mean, see, the pathway of an actor is always highs and lows and
Yeah.
highs and lows, right? It ebbs, it flows. So yeah, I've actually had some time off to be at home and go through like a ton of scripts. I've been doing narrations, and I have a couple of Hindi films now lined up, and yeah. So
As you told, you have a love for sports. If any biopic comes and still you think that biopic has not come and you think, this role I'm gonna do it, or you always dream of, universe try to connect with you with that. So you have any dream that a sports biopic you would love to do that?
Man,
or you
I
have a
would
dream?
really love to do one. I don't know why no filmmaker has come to me with that opportunity, but I would love to do a sport-based film, whether it's a biopic or a sports drama.
Any particular sports you can actually do the justice for that, you think? A particular sports you're really gonna get into that?
I don't know. I think I have really nice broad shoulders and a good physique to play a tennis player.
Wow. We are waiting for Sania Mirza biopic actually. So tennis, yeah. So you love to do a tennis-based biopic. If future you get to get into that.
I mean, if I have to play Sanya on screen, I think that would be an honor.
Wow, that's a great thing. So you are a real sports lover, I must say, and the way you are supporting all girls there. Because when you said that on when you were in 9th class and you were playing great sport, and your mom said, "Come on, study it."
Yeah.
At that point, I was just thinking about you. On 9th standard, when you were playing, you had a dream to become a sports person, and because of the environment, it was got
become
killed.
an athlete or anything like that, but
Okay.
I would have liked to have gone on and played further on throughout school, for my school. But yeah.
But nowadays, you see a tremendous change in the field of cinema, in the field of sports, as compared to when you were in your growing stage.
Yeah.
That comparison, how you take it now?
It only gets better. I
Yeah.
mean, we're only evolving. I know my seniors, including my parents and everyone, who say, "Oh, back in our day it was like this. Oh, we didn't have it as easy as you are having it."
Social media has come.
Everything,
Yeah.
everything, like literally everything. Today is easier for kids to put out their talent. Let's just say whatever it is, right? And I think I would like to encourage that more than look at it and be like, "Oh, in our time it wasn't like
Yeah,
this."
we used to say.
I mean, yeah, gone. Our times have gone. It's like we're in Gen Alpha, So I think it's more that you have to get with the time than pulling anyone else back.
So I just wanted to know what kind of a manage you things, like we always manage things. We come from a middle class family, then we start managing. How you manage yourself? If when you come to this industry, the struggle, managing your own bills, doing everything independently, how you become that? Because this is very important for a girl to know, and people follow you. So I want you to at least give a brief about it, how a girl need to be independent. It's just not that you can go alone and be safe. It's independently, financially, emotionally, mentally, how one needs to be great on that, great aspect.
One thing is, I'm not here to tell you how to do it, and I don't think I ever will, but I think it's most important to know what you want.
Yes.
There are some women who want to achieve, who want to go and say, "Oh, I want to be an IPS officer, IAS, or whatever," right? I want to be the breadwinner for my family. I want to be, some women say I want to be financially independent, or I want to be like this, and most of it probably comes from I don't want to be like my mother. I don't want to, it comes from that. If you have to go into the psychology of things, you see things around you, and that's how you form your thought process, right? It's okay to want those things. It's great to want those things. But if someone does not want to do that, if there are women who want to nurture a family, want to, have maybe 5 children, and be there for the family, it's not a bad thing at all. Education is important, is very, very, very important. However you get that education. If it means you can't go to school, but you want to get educated, I'm sure you will. You will find a way. Even to parents, I think it's so important to not stunt your children's growth, but to make sure that you're at least there to empower them.
Yes. True.
Yeah, and see, the reason I had to become independent, and the reason I had to stand on my own 2 feet and become responsible were very different from anyone else's reasons, right? I had to do certain things because I felt like I needed to do it.
Yes.
I didn't necessarily want to be the independent woman, but because of my life and because of the things that happened in my life, I had to take a certain path and make a few decisions.
Yes.
And I always constantly have this thing of being in a balance between my masculine and feminine. And when I say masculine and feminine, I don't mean male and female. I don't mean gender or sex. I mean more my energies.
Yeah, true.
I have to be emotional. I have to be intuitive. I have to be nurturing.
Mix of,
At the same time, I have to be calculative. I have to be, not just impulsive. I have to make sure I'm making clear-cut decisions at certain times in my life. So there always has to be a balance, because I don't want to let go of my nurturing, of my emotional side, just because I have to be a certain person at a certain time in my field.
True.
So that is something I would strive for.
That's great. Actually, it's a really great thing what you talk about.